History Month, it's important to remember Black stories are American stories. The memories of the past help shape the realities of the present and the future.
So all month long that we have been looking at the evolving history of Black Americans in the U.S. while celebrating Black voices in our community.
Yeah, so our digital producer, Kendrisa Cockrell, decided to sit down with our WLWT team members to discuss the importance of Black representation and how it can encourage, inspire, and uplift generations. I had decided not to return to my job. I was sitting on my brother's couch watching SportsCenter, and Sage Steele was on there. And she's an Indiana grad, which is where I went. And she's also, I just saw this Black woman talking about sports, and I was like, that's what I want to do.
Once I got to high school, I was a part of a journalism boot camp for high school students. And so that was when I was like, okay, 100% yes, love this.
My journey to journalism actually probably went a lot differently than many folks. I was terrible in math, and so I wanted to find a profession that I thought presumably did not have to deal with a lot of math, which I was sadly wrong.
So I've actually known that I wanted to get into broadcast journalism since I was 11, which is a little crazy.
I actually got a Christmas present from my parents. They gave me a cable TV and a small television in my room. So I actually started off by watching SportsCenter every single morning at 6 a.m., downloading all the sports highlights from the night before and watching Stuart Scott, one of my idols in the sports business. And then from there, I kind of knew I wanted to be on TV in some fashion.
Honestly, Oprah and Ellen, they have had such a big impact and just impacted so many people's lives, have given back to the community, and I feel like that's what really was inspiring.
I enjoy watching a lot of music video directors put together certain pieces like Cole Bennett and like other directors. And then I also like watching stuff from radio and podcast interviews like Breakfast Club and things like that to see how they will put that together.
What pushed me to go to school for it, to further my education, was the death of my father. With his death over going on 7 years this year, he pushed me to do something that I wanted to do. And I was doing a whole bunch of open-ended jobs, not really getting nowhere, really not growing. I can honestly say when I made that conscious decision, yes, it had to take a tragedy to do it, but at the same time, it benefited my life.
I told everybody, I'm the next Oprah. Y'all didn't know? I'm the next Oprah. I kept saying it over and over again and really speaking that life into that manifestation and speaking into that prayer.
My parents watched all of the different stations, so that was pretty cool growing up and watching them. There was one named Darius Chisholm, who was the evening anchor at the NBC station, who I adored and was fascinated by. So the first time I met her, I think I was super wide-eyed, but so inspired just to meet someone face to face. She was another Black woman that I could look up to.
Even here when Ashley and I were lucky enough to anchor together for 3 years, that was just something you didn't see. It was two Black people anchoring a primetime news show, and we got to do it. I don't know if it was the first in the market. It felt like it was, but her and I, especially with Kevin as well, chief meteorologist, the three of us together, we definitely took that seriously.
When I meet older people of color, older Black people, they're just so proud. And I always say my grandmother was born in 1922 in Jim Crow, Mississippi. I am her wildest dream. And she never got to see me live out my dreams on the news. But when I see the older Black woman in the grocery store, I know that she is proud of me like my grandmother would be.
For the broader audience is that these are not Black stories. These are American stories.
Being my unique self, being able to express who I am and what I am, and having that freedom with no boundaries and limitations.
I love that I'm in a position to dig into stories and to tell these in-depth stories that matter and that maybe everyone doesn't see the value in, but I see value in, or that I'm able to get interviews specifically because they feel like they can trust me. And that is so important to me. I do not take that responsibility lightly.
So this is just a snippet of the great conversations that we had. You can watch all of those on our website, WLWT.com, and you'll find it right there on our homepage. And also a huge kudos to
Yeah.
Kendrisa. She's one of our web producers, but this was her brainchild. She thought about this, and what a great idea
Yeah.
that it was able to delve into the minds of people here in our studio instead of just going out and interviewing people. What did you think about this?
Well, first of all, she's one of those people behind the scenes, and you saw many other people behind the scenes also that for the first time were in front of the camera telling their stories. And like they said, it was just, it's an American story, right? And I know it's Black History Month, and you get to highlight stories of Black Americans, you know, more so during this month, but it's so important. And I almost teared up just now when I saw that story about my grandmother, and of course her and my grandfather were married forever, and he served in World War II, and they went back to Mississippi. They had a store and a barbecue restaurant, and then like many Black Americans who were trying to escape just the Jim Crow South, they moved up north to the Chicago area, and then they raised their family there. And it just, I feel so proud to be able to share her story.
Yeah.
Because she's one of those stories that would never have been able to be shared.
Oh, well, we love you for sharing it. And it's one of those things where we sit next to each other every day, and you feel like you know so much about each other. And usually we know a lot about our day-to-day lives, but not maybe a lot about our history.
Yeah.
So we love that you shared that with all of us.
Yeah, you're such an inspiration to a lot of people. So sorry, I wasn't planning on getting emotional either, but it's just
Me either. Oh my gosh. Okay. But
anyway. Yeah, no, it's really nice to be able to hear everybody's story, like you said, for people behind the scenes who you might not get to see at home, but all of us here at WLWT, we always say it's just like a family here, and it's so nice to get to hear these different stories in depth and hear different perspectives and hear these conversations, because they're so important to have, not just in the month of February, but all year long. So,
And I've been in this business long enough to watch that 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago when I started, we didn't do this.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about it as much. And that's not to say that, you know, obviously we didn't have diverse newsrooms. We very much did, of course, but it still wasn't a topic that people felt, that white people felt comfortable talking about. And I feel like now I love that about us as a society, that we talk about it and we're not afraid to say, look, these things happened, or this is where I come from, and then continue to learn and grow from it. So thanks for sharing all of that.